Hi, I want to first wish everyone in Hualien safe and healthy. As many of you may have seen in the news, a typhoon hit Taiwan's east coast very hard this week. Bridges collapsed, the area flooded. It's scary. I just want to send some positive energy their way and hope they get back on their feet soon. I'm seriously, Taiwan matters. I'm Taiwanese American living in Europe. These are my guinea pigs. Born in Europe, but 100% Taiwanese foodies. In the decades I've lived in the US and Europe, it's been difficult to find Taiwanese events locally. Finally, this is changing. This year, Taiwan's Ministry of Culture is staging 70 events across 26 European countries to showcase our culture. That's really great, except I just saw the ministry's press release, and there are only a handful left this year. The clock is ticking, so let me share a few that caught my eye. If you're in Europe, you might still catch one. And if not, I've got online resources too, from Taiwanese films to drumming performances. I'll highlight 3 types of events: performing arts, film festivals, and museum exhibits. A Taiwan Moment. In the Netherlands, we had our first large-scale Taiwanese cultural festival last year in 2024, with music, dances, arts and crafts, and food at this fabulous venue called the De Hallen in the heart of Amsterdam. This Saturday, September 27th, the Taiwan Culture Day is happening again as part of a year-round series called A Taiwan Moment. It's a free event. I'll be there, really excited about the music performances throughout the day and the market with some Taiwanese treats. Come check it out if you're nearby. Taiwan's Drums on Tour. Now, if you want something more dramatic, mystical, Taiwan's Youth Theater is touring Europe with performances like Sword of Wisdom and Mountain Dawn. Imagine martial arts, meditation, and giant drums shaking the stage all at once. Check out their videos to get a taste of how powerful it is live. Turn the volume up. Your neighbors will thank you. They've already performed in Rome and Sicily. Next up, September 28 in Athens, December 13 and 14 in Paris, and December 20 in Sofia. If you're lucky enough to be in those cities, go for it. Now, let's move on to Taiwan's film scene. Taiwan cinema can be funny, quirky, deeply emotional, and sometimes all at once. Right now in Germany, the Taiwan Film Festival Berlin is running from September 26th through October 1st, telling stories about Taiwanese women from different generations under different social expectations with vulnerability and strength. The lineup mixes classics and new releases. For example, Tropical Fish, a classic 1990s coming-of-age comedy. I've seen it. Awkward, funny, very Taiwanese in the best way. If you're in Berlin, definitely check it out. But if you can't be in Berlin, some of these films are actually available online. Zinnia Flower, a drama about grief and love. 100 Days, 2 Strangers, 1 Journey to Healing. Available on Amazon Prime, US. Hui Mei, a Woman, which is about a woman who arrives in Taiwan from China, marries into a family with 3 children. Available on Taiwan Plus for free. Meanwhile, in the UK, London's Garden Cinema is running a season called Taiwanese Cinema, Now and Then, until October 15. Too many good films to list, but here are a couple I would love to catch. 10 plus 10. 20 different Taiwanese directors were each asked to make a 5-minute film about the uniqueness of Taiwan. A Confusion. This one is available on Amazon Prime US, a satire by director Edward Yang about tangled lives of young professionals in Taipei during the rapid modernization and globalization of the 1990s. I'm jealous of anyone who gets to go to this film festival. But if you're like me, not in Berlin or London, Taiwan has actually made a lot of its classic films available for free online at Taiwan Plus. You can find comedies, dramas, documentaries, all subtitled in English. I just found a section called Love Taipei. That's probably what I'll be binge watching next week. Finally, let's talk about museums. The Palace Museum in Beijing, inside the Forbidden City, was founded in 1925 by the Republic of China after the Qing dynasty collapsed. It housed the imperial collections of the Ming and Qing emperors, bronzes, paintings, jade, ceramics, rare books. During the 1930s and 40s, the ROC, the same government that later moved to Taiwan, took great care to relocate these treasures again and again to keep them safe from Japan's invasion and civil war. By the late 1940s, as the KMT, the Nationalists, was losing the civil war to the Communist Party, they made one last decision to move the most representative and valuable pieces to Taiwan. About 3,000 crates, the best of the collection, roughly a quarter of the total, were shipped across the strait. Thanks to the move, they were saved from the Cultural Revolution later in China, which smashed not only people, but anything seen as part of the old world. In 1965, Taipei's National Palace Museum opened. Today, it's one of the world's greatest collections of Chinese art, home to the jade cabbage, the meat-shaped stone, Song Dynasty scrolls, and much more. Now, some of those treasures are on tour in Europe for the very first time. In Prague, at the National Museum, you can see 100 treasures, 100 stories until December 31st. At its heart is the famous jade cabbage, Taiwan's Mona Lisa. It's only about 20 centimeters tall, carved from a single block of jade. Hidden in the leaves are a grasshopper and a cricket, symbols of fertility. The piece was originally created as a wedding gift for an imperial concubine. Another highlight is a 12-meter-long hand scroll along the river during the Qingming Festival, capturing everyday life 1,000 years ago. I saw this exhibit in Taipei earlier this year. They animate the scroll so you feel like you're walking through the bustling streets it depicts. Very cool. And in Paris, from November 18 through March 1st, the Musée du Quai Branly, Jacques Chirac, will host Dragons, an exhibition created with Taiwan's National Palace Museum. It brings together dragon imagery from ancient jade and bronze to imperial robes and even modern art. Bringing these treasures to Europe took years of work. In Prague, the effort was not just diplomacy. The museum had to be rebuilt to meet strict conservation and security standards. Meanwhile, China has been screaming like a giant baby, protesting the cultural exchange between two democracies as a political maneuver to separate from Chinese history and culture. A funny protest. Taiwan has never denied Chinese heritage as part of our multicultural society, like in Singapore or Malaysia. We're just a separate country. Taiwan's response to China is simple. We protect Chinese heritage. The ones who burned it during the Cultural Revolution? The Chinese Communist Party. So, if you're in Prague or in Paris this fall, you can see these treasures for yourself and appreciate how close they once came to being lost forever. That's just a taste of what Taiwan is showing in Europe this year, from street festivals to film screenings to imperial treasures. Taiwan has so much more to offer than just chips. I'll drop links in the description for everything I mentioned in this video. And if you know about Taiwanese events in your neighborhood, let me know in the comments. Hopefully, Taiwan is becoming a little more visible. One drumbeat, one cabbage, one quirky movie at a time. Please subscribe and check out our other videos.